Okay, so I decided to shoot this video in front of the books so you guys think I'm smart, cool, and sexy. Of course, that's mandatory for this because I'm in a new setting right now, right? So I had to strategically place myself. But let's take a deep breath. Let's get right into it, man. So as you can tell by the title, I got three life choices that once I made them, I've never regretted. I don't plan on going back, and I plan to continue implementing these into my daily routine, hopefully, or just, not necessarily daily, but, just keep making it more of a habit for me. Um, and yeah, I decided to make this video for myself to hold myself accountable to these things as well. But I also think they can serve some of you guys some help and benefit in some way, hopefully. The first one's pretty self-explanatory. Just to preface though, these are three things that you should be doing probably, but they're kind of hard to get up and do. That's where I'm going with this call or with this video, right? So the first one, I just got back from doing it, but going for a run. That's the first one. I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory, man. Just getting your heart pumping, getting outside, breathing some fresh air when you don't want to. I've never come back from a run and been like, damn, I regret going for that run, or I wish I didn't do that, or I'm never doing that again. Those are thoughts. It's actually the complete opposite. Like, I'm so happy I did that. I want to do that again. And, I'm just overall more satisfied with my life after post run. So if I know one of those, or I know if I had sat at home and, I just got off work, I didn't make dinner yet, and I have all these excuses to not go for a run, but I'm just glad I did because it's boosting my heart health, my overall livelihood is just a better place after going for this run, right? So that one, I'm gonna keep it short. That one's pretty self-explanatory, and it doesn't have to just be running. I think going for a walk in a cool place, or just going for a quick little jog or a swim, whatever you want, exercise whenever you don't feel like doing it, that's the best feeling afterwards, man. So that's the first one. Secondly is calling your family. This is one thing that I'm working on myself, doing a bit more of, and I have a story for you guys. When during COVID, I moved out or back home to live with my grandma, and me and her, we talked from time to time, but our relationship wasn't the best compared to how it is now. And there was no like bad blood or nothing. Like, we did not like each other. It was just like we didn't really talk, because we lived in different areas, and we never built that strong relationship that we have now. So you could do the same thing over the phone, just call your loved ones. I'm sure they'll appreciate the phone call. I've never called up a loved one and regretted that phone call. I've always gained some insight, I just like have a new spot in my heart for that person, whoever I'm calling. And especially if they're older, then they always are happy to hear your voice and give you some advice about life. And they're always trying to catch up with you. And that's just a beautiful feeling. So with my grandma, when I moved back home for COVID, me and her would just go for walks and just like get to know each other, because it felt like, obviously this is my mom's mom, so this is a super important person in my life, but I felt like I didn't know the true her. I didn't fully know who she was, and she could probably say the same about me. Like, she knows, who I am, obviously, but she doesn't know the ins and outs of my life, or like what the things that I'm going through at the time. So that was just a beautiful opportunity for us to get to know each other a lot better. And it kind of implements with the first one that I said, going out for walks or going on runs. It brought us together, and we had that shared bond over the scenery that we're seeing, and just that new experience that we're sharing together. I thought that was super beautiful and beneficial for the both of us, for our relationship. And like I said, the whole point of this video, I don't regret spending that time picking up that phone to call my grandma now, because we live far apart now. I live in San Francisco, she's still in LA, so I can't go on walks with her the same way that I used to back when I was living with her. But I don't feel that same anxiety or that same I don't have those same excuses that I felt to not call her. So I just go out of my way to call as many family members as possible. And one thing I want to note quickly is with running or exercising or calling your family, these aren't things that have to happen like instantly. Hold on, let me wipe my fucking, I just took a shower, y'all. I'm fucking hot, but these aren't things that all have to happen instantly. Like, you don't have to sit down and call your whole call log of family members. I'm not expecting any of you guys to just go run like 5 miles right off the bat, right? But it's about like implementing these things and making them more of a habit for you. And I feel like they'll benefit, you know, your health and your livelihood and your relationships with people, or the family, the people that you wanna keep around. Because, you know, you never know the last time you hear these people's voice. You know, my grandma, and I'm sure a lot of you, I mean, I'm sure all of you guys can relate, but you know, you never know the last time you'll hear someone's voice. So you want to take that chance, you want to take that call, take that time to give them a shout just so you can hear their voice and just let them know you love them, man. I've never regretted telling a family member I love them, and that's just something that I want to do more often. And that's why I'm making this video too, to just spread that idea. You know, I don't want to feel like I have too many excuses to not call people, because, you know, you never know. But yeah, moving on to the third one. What's the third one? I'm drawing a blank right now, but it's gonna come right now. Asking questions. That's the third one. I'm gonna focus on like career-wise. I think some of us get too in our head about like asking a dumb question, or like maybe, oh, let me start there. Dumb questions, right? So the way I'm looking at it, I want us to reframe this idea of a dumb question, right? They always say that there's no such thing as a dumb question. And my take on it is, as long as you learn something new about yourself or about that person, or you got a new perspective on life, then it can't be a dumb question. I think as long as you learn something that you can apply and, you know, help other people learn, then it can't be a dumb question, in my opinion. So don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and ask these questions as they come to your mind, because like your teacher said, there's probably a bunch of other people thinking that same question, you know? And then when it comes to your career, that can definitely help you get ahead. You know, asking your boss like, hey, how did you get here? What's your daily routine look like? Like, these are simple questions that you could just ask to get started, and then it'll lead to a conversation. And hopefully you gain something from these conversations, and you're asking the right people the right questions. You can ask for even relationship advice. You know, you can ask your parents how they met. Like that kind of ties back into the last one too. Like how, you know, sometimes we don't call the people that we love. And then when we do get on the phone, you know, we don't have to be talking about anything too deep. It's more about just letting your presence be known. But if you do want to get deeper, you can ask these type of questions like, hey, like, I'm struggling with this. Like, I know you've lived on this earth longer than I have. Can I have some advice? Or what would you do in this situation? These are all questions that might sound uncomfortable at first, you know, but they're beneficial, I promise you. These questions are necessary to your personal development and growth, and you get to know the person that you're asking as well. So, and then I want to tie that into striking up random conversations with strangers. I feel like that's one thing that I didn't do in like high school or like when I was younger, but now I'm like, you know, I'm hopping on any opportunity that I can to like just talk to people, whether if they're in positions that I want to be in or not. I just think hearing as many perspectives as possible opens up so many doors, because you never know where these conversations will lead you. For example, I was in the Dominican Republic, right? And I made it a goal to just talk to like people. And then this is in Spanish too, you know? So I actually took the time out to like learn some Spanish before I went to the Spanish speaking country, right? I just felt like if I'm in that space, I want to be able to communicate, right? So, and it's funny, man, you'll meet people who are practicing English too. So it's just cool, man. I like traveling. So meeting these new people, striking these new conversations can take me to literally a whole new country that I never thought about going to, just based on the conversation. Like, hey, like, you seem like a cool person, Wasim. Like, I'm gonna tell you more about where I'm from, and if you ever want to join me on this adventure of life, feel free, man. Just give me a call, you know. And then if you're ever in Portugal, just let me know, you know. Like, those type of things like are priceless, man. So if you don't go out and put yourself out there, you'll never come across these interactions with people and the life experiences that are so endless out there that you will never have the chance to understand or experience for yourself. There's a lot more I want to say about this. But yeah, that's why I made this channel, just so I can keep talking to you guys. I don't want to think too much about, if I just want it to come naturally. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys got something out of that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm just getting started. I got like 3 videos, and my #1 fan is myself. So hopefully I'm trying to convert that to you soon enough. But that was hella corny, and I'm gonna let it go. All right, peace.